Hey guys, Christy with Junk Journal Boss, and I am here to share with you how to create this cute little folio, and I call this Floral Cottagecore, and I really love how it came out. This is what it looks like built. Super cute, right? Comes with all of these things except for like the different ribbons that I used, but you could use whatever you have, and everything looks really nice in here. So what I have done already is to cut out and ink most of the pieces. So the first thing I do usually is to create the cover. It'll be a cover and an extension. When we glue it, we'll just glue the cover directly onto the extension, and then we have a nice background here. Generally speaking, I do use glue that is like a wet glue, but what happens is I get a lot of rippling and stuff in here, so instead what I did, and I think I'll do it this way all the time now, is I used actually a glue stick. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get an outside cover, which you should be printing on cover stock, and then you're going to get the inside cover, which you can print on regular paper. I like to use 24 or 32. And you just glue them to each other, the two pieces of paper, and then you trim around it. And that will give you, something that looks like this. And this is one of the best looking covers that I've ever put together. So I'm going to try this with a glue stick, and I'm using a Yoo-hoo stick right now. I don't know if I've ever used this before for a junk journal, but I'm going to go ahead, or for a folio, but I'm going to give it a go. The reason why I'm starting to return to glue sticks is because they don't get clogged and they don't leave a lot of, I do this wrong. Make sure I got that straight. Looks pretty straight. They don't leave a lot of ripples and bumps and stuff. Here's what we've got here. But this isn't really my favorite, the way that it's not sticking quickly. We're going to go ahead and go with it. I'm seeing that some of these that the cover is slightly larger than this. So what I do here, or what I will do here, is just trim that. So it just looks like it's, flush. I'm going to open my other one so that I can show you exactly how to do this. And this is one of my most creative ones. It's my latest one, so I think it's the best one. I've got 4 tickets. I love tickets. And what I suggest when you cut these out is to actually use pinking shears to cut this. I never can cut around the special edging of a ticket. I've got these 4 tickets. I got these 3 little banners, and I've got, various flower items in here, and I've inked all the edges, so they don't come looking like that. You have to ink the edges to get that look, or maybe you don't like that look, and that's fine too. You don't need to do it. So all these little flower things. Also, I have just some little panels, just little squares and rectangles of various kinds, just to kind of make it your own and do your own thing with it. And I've got some of these, which I'm going to use these as like little belts on my envelopes. Here. I have one here. The other thing I've got, I didn't ink the edges, but they're just these 2 little things. They can be tags, or they can just be like, I don't know, something you put right here just to kind of decorate that. I think that's pretty cool. And then I also have a bunch of pockets, and I haven't scored these yet, and that's the reason why I don't have all of the edges inked, because I did this one and I realized, wait, why am I doing that? That's the part that's going to get glued down. And then I also have these. I love these. They're so cute. So What and So Forth. I'm definitely biased. Get it? Like bias tape. Sewing Mends the Soul, and So What. which is my personal favorite. Take care of this because it kind of is bugging me. So I'm gonna have to do something about my template to make those exactly the right size. I'm not sure why that's not that way. It's okay, you know, junk journals are never perfect. I mean, some people's might look that way, but mine never do, and I don't mind that. So usually when I make these little spines. Oh, actually it's this blue one right here. And so you can choose to use those or not. I'm going to go ahead and use them if I could only find a stylus. So I don't want to use one too thin, because if I use one too thin, it's going to tear my paper. I kind of have stylus all over the place, so here's a good one. So let's see how this works. I like to, because there's two pieces of paper together, it's kind of inevitable that you're going to probably wrinkle them some way. So I want to make sure that these are coming out flush right here. Something you can do is to use a brayer to make a nice crisp edge. You're going to see that you get little wrinkles like that. To me, that is okay. That looks all right to me. I don't worry about that. If it bothers you, you may want to make sure that you have glue all over the inside, or else you're going to get those. And you might get them anyway. A way to avoid that is to just don't cover the inside with any paper. These ones are particularly light this time. Usually we have a different color in between that it's easy to see, but with this set, everything was so light. And we're going to have to do one over here on the seam, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out, seeing that I used this kind of glue. If you use art glitter glue, you'll probably have better luck with it. And for the closure, I think I want to do a quick measure here. We're probably going to want to make this right here one score line, which means that we probably need to reinforce this edge a little bit, which is fine. Not a big deal. If you watch my videos, you learn how to improvise. And that's pretty much the way I do stuff. Okay, so this is already coming apart down here, so I think I'm gonna have to cover it with, oh gosh, I'm going to have to cover it with some ribbon, which is not a big deal at all, just because I messed that up. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with messing things up. You can always fix them. And so let me make sure that these are good. And we'll add that a little bit later on. I think that this is going to go here. If you are a perfectionist, I may not be the teacher for you, but if you are a perfectionist and you're trying to get away from that, I am the teacher for you, because I don't do things perfectly, and I used to beat myself up a whole lot before. And it just really made crafting more of a chore than fun, you know? And I don't like it to be that way, you know, even if it is my job, you know, I don't want it to be that way. Oh, how funny. I did the wrong seam here. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead and fold it on this seam. See, they're all so light, so just be really careful when you do this one, because the colors can fool you. So we're going to go ahead and and fold it actually on this fold and just use this blue part as the spine, okay? This is a little wonky, but we can do something about that. So now when we fold it together like this, it should fold nicely. Always my folios always have a little bit of space in here so that you can, you know, stuff them a little fuller than you would if they only laid flat. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about these edges. So I have a few favorites. This one is actually my favorite. I use it a lot. But I got this one too, and it's looking a little too dark for on the outside, so let me see how we can do. And this, you know, this would be like on the back or on the inside, and that would be fine. You can do that. I can also do one here, and then, you know, do something special in between. But the big one is right here, and I'm kind of wondering if I can use this in some way. This is a ribbon I got from a thrift store. It looks like it'll match some of the flower embellishments that I have, like these yellow ones. So that'll look really nice. I'm thinking it might be kind of nice to put it on the fold, but I'm kind of wondering, you know, is that going to be a bad thing? Maybe I put it here instead, you know. So let's go ahead and try that. Try to glue it all down, just part right there. And this looks to be a single-sided satin ribbon, so you want the shiny side up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some new scissors here soon. That's okay. I can go back and trim that with a smaller pair of scissors. So let's just check this out for a minute. Okay, we do need to fix this, but I want to see if it's going to fold over nicely. Oh, okay. Let's see. This one goes, make sure that's straight, and I think it's this that's causing some problems here, so I think I need to fix this before we can move on. So there's that, but I think I want to glue something onto it. The problem with this is that it's going to be on the spine, actually. So I don't know that that would be the best idea to put that ribbon there. But let's go ahead and do this. See what we can do here. See how this turns out. Okay, so this goes in here. And then this is going to be this spine. And this one goes here, and we've got plenty of space for stuff in here. So you can see that you have a little bit of this yellow showing. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and add some of this pink. So for me, I'm always crafting just on the fly. I kind of have a basic idea of what I'm doing, but I just kind of, you know, go with whatever's happening, you know, and that's kind of a thing I do in my life too. I used to be a real control freak for a long, long time, and it was really a difficult way to live. And so I do try real hard to just go with the flow of things. And so that looks okay, but I still am not satisfied necessarily with that. So I think I'm going to grab one other thing and give that a go. This is my very favorite, aside from that pink ribbon. It's my very favorite knit. I guess it's knit ribbon or crocheted ribbon. I'm not sure. But let's fold this over and see what that looks like. And that does look pretty right there. So we're going to go ahead and put that here, a little bit on the pink. And we're doing all this with glue stick, guys. So there are upsides and downsides to using glue stick. And a lot of people don't like to, but I find it really, really convenient if I can get it to work. Sometimes it doesn't Just like any glue, any crafting actually, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now I've got this, which makes me think that I should probably put something here too, but I don't know, am I getting crazy? Let's put something here, and I think that it would be nice to have a pink right here, and just cover up that old fold, and this will end up just right on the edge. Kind of just doing things real quick because I want to just get an idea, because one of the hardest things I think about a folio is getting it to lay flat nicely, you know. And you know, I keep working with the designs of these, but sometimes it's just tough, you know. But this one looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. Maybe I'm getting better at this, I don't know. We have these ribbons here that may or may not look weird, but it doesn't have to, you know. We can always fix that. I am inclined to add a piece right here, which I think is really pretty, so that's what I'm going to do. You know, this thing is going to end up looking absolutely beautiful, despite all of my mistakes, and I make them a lot, guys. But I try not to let it get me down. It's not failure, it's just, you know, learning. Now I have got this, and I think that looks really pretty. And it also will fold nicely. These I've got, and I can probably put some of this lace ribbon, some things here, I don't know, but we'll think of something. And then I've got this, and I think all of that looks really cool. I'm still thinking about this flap though. I guess we'll see. Actually, there is an option here that I'm seeing. I really don't know if it would work, but I've got plenty of sizes of this crocheted ribbon, and I just absolutely love it. And this is the thickest one, and I think I just don't really use it very much. I tend to use the thinner ones. This is actually a first for me too. But I'm kind of wondering, would this look okay if I were to glue this onto here, either there or on the end right there? It seems like on the end might look a little nicer, but if I put it in the center, it makes it look like it belongs there. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do, but let's start doing the inside, because I think the inside is going to be... Oh, wait, let me put that there. Put that over there. And let's go ahead, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. You may want to do it a different way, and that's totally fine. Everybody should do things the way they want to do them. That's my policy. So the first thing we have is we have one of these bookmark type pieces, and then we have this yellow flower stop sign. And what I'm going to use this for is I want to be able to slip things into here. So the first thing I'll do is glue this flower. And where I am going to set the glue on this thing, I'm putting it here and along this edge and right here, because I don't have anything really big that I'm going to put in there. I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. This is going to be a pocket for some of these embellishments, and you can put any of them you want in there. Let's do a different one because that's a different flower. And then you can put like tickets in there because they're really cute, or whatever you think. I ended up using it for, you know, the rest of these. You can just use it to put your leftovers in. It's kind of big. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add my envelope here. But the first thing I have to do is actually score it. And as always, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can use glue, or you can use some of this tape, which I think might be a better idea for me right now, as long as this isn't any larger. Oh, it looks perfect actually. Yeah, I think I will go ahead and tape each side. Usually I like to make these a little bit bigger, but somehow I made them pretty thin this time. So this is a really good place to use 1/4 inch double-sided tape. This down, and remember, this is our spine here, and this is our spine here, so we want it pretty much in between. But first, guess what? We really need to finish inking the edges on this. So It looks like there's a few things to ink, so I'm going to do it real quick. Anybody else as messy as I am when you're crafting? Because, man. Okay, so now I am going to grab one of these little things. You can fold them like this and use them as magnets. So you would put on the inside of here 2 magnets, or better yet, so you can put one here on the inside and maybe put, something over it maybe. And then you can put one here on the outside and then put, something like one of those circles, like this, onto the end. And then you'll have something that you can, take out and put back in. I'm not going to do it that way this time because I actually really want to go a different direction. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut this pretty short, and I want to put glue right in the center there. I should have thought about this before, but gosh, this glue really does do a good job of sticking. But I should have thought this before. You think about it first. Learn from my mistakes, you guys. Here we've got this, and the fold should have gone here. Cut this a little bit shorter. And then we can put glue and just tuck this whole thing in. We've got our little belt. And what I did before, you can do lots of different things. You can just add like a ticket here if you want. Maybe not that way, maybe this way. I've got that one, and I've got a little yellow flower in it. Last time I used a little yellow flower here, so I'll go ahead and do that again. And so let me see which way I like it. I think it's this way. And then I'll just poke that right onto there. And then the next one I have is this one, and that will go down here. Oh, that isn't glue. You guys, duh. This isn't glue. This is the double-sided tape. But the glue's holding pretty well, too. For this video, we're going to just do the cover, and then we're going to put the pockets in. Next time, which will be next week, we'll do all the little embellishments. So this is what we've got so far. Maybe the last thing we do is figure out what to do on this flap. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue down the center of this. And I think what we can do is just ink the top edge right here. Okay, I think we're getting there. And let's go ahead and ink this edge really quick. Oh, that looks really good. That looks much better. Can you see it? I feel like we got a really good start with this. What do you think? Okay, so thanks for watching. If you would like to see more of my videos, you can go to Junk Journal Boss on YouTube. You can see what other videos are there, and then you can grab them at our Etsy shop, junkjournalboss.etsy.com. So I'll see you next week, and we will go ahead and embellish the inside. Talk to you later. Bye.